Reverse sweep curse. Rough sieges and other countless problems seemed to plague the Dragons throughout the beginning of the year. The pressure from losing led them to make a change, disrupting the almost 4-year combination of Vote-Dardez-and-Nika. Dropping the Scottish carry to pick up the young blood, VaporishCoast. The energetic rookie has revitalized this team, but some issues still persist.
I think that the reason that the Dardez, Vote, and Nika trio stuck together is because they have a lot of confidence in each other. Even if they don't have the best performances, they are considered very good players. You've seen each of them have a very good pop-off performances, or they're considered one of the better players in each of their respective roles. It's just sometimes that maybe they're very hard set in how they wanted to play, so it was very tough for their jungler and their support to fit around that per se.
I think that there was good reason for them to stay together, but at the same time, in retrospect now, it's okay, maybe that wasn't the best call. But yet to be seen, I guess, for some of them. Yet to be seen.
And I think Coast addition helps a lot. I thought at first that kicking Vote wasn't the play, although I do think Coast is a better player. I didn't think it would actually do that much. And to be fair, even though they did 3-0 us the very first set they played with them, so I guess that helped. But then against the other teams, they kind of looked the same as they did before. So maybe the honeymoon phase was just a single set.
I think Coast is a player that they can consistently play through no matter what pick he's on. He'll always have a good presence in early and late game.
I think Coast is probably a better carry player than Vote was, but at the same time, I don't think that's enough to completely revitalize and change a roster around. I think they have bigger problems than just an ADC who maybe clicks 1 or 2 more auto attacks in the team, but I think they have more problems in terms of their core play around the game and what they think is the best way to play.
They play a lot of Afro, and then the only other front line is Lasbra, because Nika's on a mage, because that's just how it is at the moment. So sieging with that in mind is difficult, because either Mike has to tank it as Afro, which is never fun because you just get picked, or Lasbra has to tank it. And either of those options suck. So they probably have a hard time sieging with that in mind, because usually Nika would just run in, create space, you get the Phoenix. But you can't really do that with those characters, so they're probably just learning how to play with that playstyle.
The 2-0 problem, when it comes to they're up 2-0 and then all of a sudden they start falling apart, is they're not a gimmicky team, but Dardez, Lass, mainly Dardez and Lass, have these picks that will catch people off guard and they're really good at. But once you either ban that or figure out how to play against it, you can start coming back into a set. And I mean, that's kind of been true for all of their existence, really.
Yeah, the problem with the Dragons is that they stopped doing what they did the first 2 games. Dardez pick an E set or some other random pick, or they're doing something else. It's they think they have a throwaway game in game 3 where they just pick something random and then it doesn't work and they lose and they're oh my God, And then game 4, they just lost as a regular game. And then game 5, I think one set sticks out to me the most because it was just the most prevalent. It was just Dardez picked E set mid game 5 and got absolutely crushed. No one was playing that god. That god is not even good, and just I feel like they just shoot themselves in the foot, basically.
They're 5 great players, so they do come up with these. There's a classic, they get reverse swept in a best of 5. So they get the first 2 wins pretty quick, pretty easily most of the time, and then something just happens and they can't close it out. But they obviously have the skills, and I just want to see them. I mean, I'm sure they do too, but I just want to see them be able to close out a set, close out games that they're up, and I think then they'll be insanely strong.
Will the Dragons be able to overcome these issues, or will their struggles continue into the World Championship?